Prashant.
Good evening, everyone.
Uh,
Hello.
uh,
Good
sir,
evening, sir.
good evening, sir.
Ha, Shilajit and Rishita, I'm there. You can start.
So there's a
Okay.
formal opening, just a formal. Okay, Ishita, you may start.
No issue, you can take.
Hello everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, and thank you for joining us. My name is Dr. Ishita Mukherjee, and I am Assistant Professor in Economics, Vijaygarh Jyotish College. Today we have organized this webinar in the occasion of World Intellectual Property Day. We know that intellectual property includes intangible creations of the human intellect. 26th April is observed as World Intellectual Property Day. This event actually was established by the World Intellectual Property Organization in the year 2000 to give the awareness on patents, copyright, designs, and trademarks. This date was chosen as the World Intellectual Property Organization Convention was effective from this day in the year 1970. So this year, the theme of the World IP Day is IP and Youth Innovating for a Better Future. And it celebrates youth's creativity actually. So today we are lucky enough to have Dr. Vijay Jagdish Upadhye, the Deputy Director of Center of Research for Development among us. And today he will shed some light on fundamentals of intellectual property right. So I would request our IQAC coordinator, Dr. Prashanjit Dash, to welcome him. Prashanjit.
Uh, Thank you, Ishita. I guess I'm audible.
Yes.
And on behalf of Vijaygarh Jyotish College, Internal Quality Assurance Cell, I welcome you all in this webinar on uh, celebration of World Intellectual Property Right. And special welcome to Sir, the resource person, Dr. Vijay Jagdish Upadhye.
Thank you
And
very much.
already she has said that uh, he is the Deputy Director, Center of Research for Development, and Associate Professor, Parul Institute of Applied Science, Gujarat. And I guess I have no right uh, to speak anything about IPR in front of such an experienced resource person. Uh, Let us enjoy the program, though in online mode, but we are already almost in a normal life. So in future, Shilajit and all the organizing members, I would like to uh, say that in future you can arrange such offline programs also. So nonetheless, this is going to be a very important and interesting webinar, I guess. Many aspects of IPR which are still unknown to us because some legal aspects are associated with IPR, and we, as academicians and researchers, are often unaware of those facts. So, what is under our purview and what is not uh, under our purview, those things are often obscured by lack of knowledge. So I guess Dr. Upadhyay will focus on those aspects and make us aware of our rights and our which are not right for us. So those things I am eagerly waiting to know, along with the aspects of how to search patentable documents and those things, what are the sources and how to uh, deal with plagiarism and such tools, what are those available tools, and a little bit of uh, those things I guess will be discussed by Dr. Upadhyay. But obviously this is a very vast field, uh, and 1 hour seminar or webinar may not be enough. So I request the organizers that you should consider about uh, such programs in uh, some later stages that will help to know the whole story. And with that, again, thanks to all. And I lastly, but not the least, want to mention the contribution of our principal madam, though she is not here today, but I must convey my sincere gratitude to her for encouraging us to organize such seminars frequently. She is the most inspirational figure in our college for such programs, for arranging such programs. So uh, I must congratulate her also. And now, Ishita, it's up to you. Let's go to the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashanjit. Now I would request Dr. Shilajit Borua, convener of Research and Guidance Cell, to give a brief introduction of today's speaker.
Good evening. I heartily welcome you all to this webinar. We are extensively lucky to have among us Dr. Vijay Upadhye, Deputy Director, Center for Research for Development and Associate Professor, Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat. Dr. Upadhyay had professional experience in the field of research, development, teaching, scientific collaboration, and academic administration of more than 18 years. He had completed 5 research projects and currently carrying out 2. Uh, he had 25 IPR, out of which 18 patents has been published and 7 design registrations has been approved. He has 41 publications, out of which 38 are published in Scopus, UGC Care recognized journals. So I think this day, without wasting much time, we should dedicate the entire session in listening him. So I heartily welcome you, sir, and it's up to now. It's all over to you, and I would be lucky if you share your experience to our audiences. Thank you.
1 minute, Shilajit.
Yes.
Uh, can you start the recording?
Yeah, yeah. It's not getting carried out in this Google, but I am running the recording.
You can use OBS.
Yeah, yeah,
No?
yeah. I'm recording.
Okay.
No issue.
Otherwise, I shall do it from my end if possible.
It would be great, sir. But okay, thank you.
Yeah, I will try to do because we used to do generally. So let's try. Hope. I request someone can make me host so that I can present my screen.
Uh,
Yeah.
Sir, you can present your screen through the.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So, to be able to see my slides here,
Yes, sir, it's being presented.
is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Actually,
Yes.
yeah. First, so thanks to good evening to all the youngsters here. First of all, I express my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Shilajit sir, Dr. Prashanjit sir, and Anchor Ishita, and also all the members who are directly or indirectly associated with today's event. Today, when we are celebrating World IP Days, World Intellectual Property Right. So I want to ask that all the young brains, young birds who are listening to me should give positive attention because really this talk, this cross talk, I'm using the word cross talk because I want that anybody at any time. I don't want to be keep my session as only as a audit, only on hearing mode. Any time anybody want that he or she can interrupt me without any hesitation. That right or that permission I want from the organizers. Why we are because IP or the intellectual property right is not a it is a big ocean or a big umbrella. We cannot cover it in a 1 hour or 2 hour. Even though I classified into the basics and another PPT is the why IPR. So as per the audience response and as per your listening or the hearing ability, I would like to present myself. So thanks to again for inviting me on this forum, and I hope that my contribution or my little bit knowledge, or I shall express my sharing research experience, how what problem I faced in filing 18 patents and all that. Hope all these things will be helpful for all the coming generations who is listening to me. So basics that I am telling the intellectual property right. Everybody knows the tangible assets. When we are growing up and we are joining any company, Naukri, we are making our assets. The building asset, the lands, cars, ornaments, or any other physical assets by means of which your royalty is known, by means of which you become a superpower or the powerful in the community. So, what is the intellectual property right? In the simple way, I can tell it is your intellectual creation, your scientific thought. But whatever the scientific thought, whatever your creation, it is converted into property. What is the property? You know, one thing is, in Hindu mythology, one phrase is there: Lakshmi and Saraswati never go parallel. Okay, it is a myth or it is a slogan that Lakshmi and Saraswati never go together. But it is a today's time where the Lakshmi should unite with Saraswati. Means what is your intellectual creation, whatever your scientific thought, it should be converted into the wealth, it should be converted into the property. So it is the intellectual property. It is nothing but the combination of the Lakshmi and Saraswati. Because intellectual creation nobody can theft of. That you know that Saraswati को कोई चुरा नहीं सकता. But when the Saraswati will go to that level and unite with Lakshmi, both can, and you understand that why we are worshipping both. If we want intellectual and the property both will be there, then our life will be balanced. And rights. What is the rights? Right is the authority, or that some liberty is given to you that no one can misuse it without your permission, no one can violate it without. So if by word to word we will see the intellectual property right, so the youngsters who are listening to me, they understand that the intellectual means the Saraswati, that is the creation, scientific thought, intellectual creation. Property, obviously, as other wealth is there, it is also one of the asset. And right means is the permission, legal permission to you. If I am filing 18 patent means it is legal right that there is a total control on these patents only for me. And if I want to hand over to my next generation, as the property is transferring from one generation to another, you can to your legal heirs also it can be transferred. You can nominate, but it is totally your right that nobody can misuse it without your prior permission. And if somebody is doing so, he will be get punished. That understand. Many stories we heard. He in Bollywood something anywhere. This title was taken away by somebody. This discovery was belong to him. So why these malpractices was there? Why these unethical things are there? Because there was a no control. Nothing was a documented. Okay. But once the patenting or the IPR you are doing, you are filing, you are freezing. Just like you are going for any tour, you are going for any picnic, and you are locking your building, you are locking your flat. Why? So that nobody can enter you without your permission. And if he wants to enter, he should take a key. He or she should take a key from you. So as you are locking your asset, you are locking your belongings, you are locking your ornaments. The intellectual property right is giving you the one lock and key, or you are giving one the locker, so that you can keep all your properties, intellectual properties, in preserved. So this was my first message from my slide. This is my official portfolio, deputy director. And in these last 2 years, since COVID, everybody is telling that nobody is working. But in COVID, more than 50, 60 patents we filed, and more than 10 copyrights and 10 design registrations we filed. If you see the ratio, almost 25, 26 last year and almost 30 to 33 this year. So nothing going on. Now the question comes, why we are sitting today here. The IP or the intellectual property is only one day event like a World Earth Day we are celebrating. No, Earth is for all. World Water Day, World the conservative of the pollution day we are celebrating. The same like that, the IP cannot be we are celebrating only one day and we tomorrow we forget. It should not be like that. We are today here why the IP is important. So we need to understand first the global innovation index. When there's a global marking or the global ranking of the world is taking place, so the power, strength of any country is understood by its global innovation index. So global innovation index means how is your institutional development, human capital resource. So these are some pillars. Pillars means these are factors by means of which your assessment of your strength at the global level is measured. So global innovation level, if India has to be high, only my Bharat is Mahan. It is good in slogan, but we have to show in terms of all these pillars. If my Bharat is really Mahan, so it is superpowering, or it is competing, or it is the outstanding in all these pillars which is shared here: creative output, business sophistication. This is not a today's time. So global innovation index, what I already told you, that the ignition of the mind. Once your mind is ignited, then only intellectual thoughts, intellectual creations can come out. And when these intellectual creations will come, you have to decipher that intellectual creation, scientific thoughts into the IPR form. There are the 9 different types of IPR. Intellectual property right is the one word, but there are the different forms of the IPR. We will see in the next slide what are that. But in one word, intellectual property is your scientific creation, your scientific assets. So based on this, you are nominating yourself, or you are registering yourself into the IP field. So if we see the global contribution of all these countries, so you understand that why Switzerland is first. Though this record is last one, but our in 2015 our position was 81. Then last 5 year we come to 52. Now today we are at last year 2020 we are at 48, and at 2021 we are at 43 position. So it is really a good sign that we are coming, and we have to come within 20 to understand that why China is a superpower and showing eye to us, because it is on the 14th position, or within 10 also it is coming. So you understand that if really we want to say my Bharat is Mahan, then we have to come within 10, or at least within 20. And if we have to do so, we have to mature, we have to improve ourselves in all these sectors: knowledge output, market sophistication, business sophistication. Nowadays, that's why nowadays the startup things are coming. Nobody wants that to be a job seeker. Rather than asking job seekers, give a job givers, because everybody thought that okay, I will get BSc, MSc degree, PhD, and I will get good job 9 to 5, and my life will be secured. Please don't think like that. That day has gone. There are the limitation of the shortage of the jobs, whatever reason it may be in the government sector, but private sector is always open for you. So all the young brains, you understand that why private sector is always open for you. So if you want to be a entrepreneur, if you want to be a businessman, if you want to be a entrepreneur, then you have to come within 20. So if you are
Hello, Shilajit.
Uh,
I guess Dr.
I
Upadhye has got disconnected or something happened.
yeah, I want just a second. Sir, I think you got disconnected. You are unable. We are unable to hear you. No, no. Actually, it's not coming. No, sir, not yet. No, sir. You are muted. You have.
voice is coming.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Now, it's coming, sir. Now it's coming.
Yes, sir. You are perfectly audible now.
Yes, sir.
I really apologize. I hope I don't know where are
No, no,
have you
not
It's
an
seen
okay,
issue.
okay.
have you seen this? Have you
Hmm.
seen this?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
okay. So anyway, we are not going into the number game, and I request please interrupt me because that evening time is going on, so disconnectivity can come. We are not going into the more into this number game because we have to become a superpower, or we have to become show based our base. So number will come down, will go. The sustaining in the research is very very important. Fluctuation in the it doesn't. Some country will do and they will go out. They will overtake us. That is not an issue, but remaining within 20 and sustaining ourselves in research is a very good thing. So one important thing is that why we are taking interest in IP, not only because of World IP Day. First, we having the lack of lack of jobs. Okay, means our policy is that rather than becoming the job seekers, become a job givers. And second is that we have to dominate the global innovation index. We are in 43 today. We have to come within 25. So young youth involvement is requirement. Another thing, somebody is telling that okay, I will just file IP. I'm having 18 patents filed or published also. But again, whenever I'm discussing the good commercial people or the corporate people, they are asking me, okay, Dr. Vijay Upadhye, uh, how many of these patents get granted? So I'm also one step or two step ahead of this. So I'm not praising or making my collar tight that I'm having 25. I'm in the lead. Okay, so our overconfidence should be at the bottom. So even if I am filing 100 patents and filing also, it is not a big thing. How many of them get granted, and out of that granted, how many of them commercialized? Because the world rate of commercialization is 1%. 1% is mean for the utility patent, I'm telling. Means it is very good thing that you can write 100 books, but out of these books, how many of them referring the books like citation we are telling, rather than writing 25 papers and nobody is cited, better to write a good scientific paper and it is cited by 25 people. So you understand, always in the corollary or always in this theorem we are discussing. So one thing is understand that quality is very very important for your patent or the IPR. Just for the sake of getting points in NAC and just to give credit, this is not a. It's a scenario or its equation is totally different. So don't put your academic understanding. Ki, okay, I am handling one project. I am working on that project. Generally, in the scientific style, it was a common temperament since long 50, 60 years. The do one project, finish that project, make a summary in a bounded form, book form, thesis form, submit PhD, degree get awarded, project get awarded, and three claps, story is over. The dogma of patent, more you go into the detail, more into the depth, you have to prove yourself, you have to survive in the market. Next version, updation, that is needed. So today you are patenting, but tomorrow, 2, 3 years, that technology can be sidelined or it can be wiped off. Anything can happen. So innovation is not a thing that you just document it and you just appraise it. No, it has to be sustained. So that's what from a long hard work efforts the patent come out. And now most of the people where this patent will go, this will give you the base for any new entrepreneurship. And now people will tell, okay, sir, we are having ideas, but where is the fund? Good startup policy, good there are SSIP policies, good SOIC, open innovation challenges are there, and entrepreneurship development cell is also working and active as suggested by HRD and the UGC, and it is nice active. They are giving seed money, startup money, angel funding, venture. So you understand based on your business stages. If nothing is there, then you need seed money. Then startup money, just like your startup, you are giving kick and you are starting your bike. Then angel funding, if you want to go into the national level market, and venture capitalists for the international level. So these are the stages. So what, how you can attract this funding? Only if you are having the IPR. And the IPR is also, there are the 9 types, but patent is the most predominant and the most respectable form, because filing patent is not the easy. So now the main important is that we are told about why IP is needed, job creation, job giving, global innovation index, to get a funds, to make yourself in the entrepreneurship lobby, because everybody wants to be now the bio everything is coming. So bio entrepreneurship. Now before intellectual property right, I want to tell you the difference between invention and the innovation. because most of the people get confused. I don't want, there are 50, 60 slides. I have to wrap it. I don't know what the time limit is permissible for me. But basic things, the invention and the innovation. Any primary form of your discovery is the invention. Any the secondary form or the commercialized form or the updated form, advanced form is the your innovation. For example, the telephone. The telephone is the invention because it is the first form of the telecommunication. But mobile and all these are the innovation. Why? Because the, as per the market need, the androids and all this getting updated, and as per the user friendly, customer friendly, you are providing the tools. So mobile is an innovation, but telephone is an invention. The bulb, the Edison invented bulb. The bulb is an invention, but the LED light, halogen, or whatever the new forms of bulbs or the lights or the tubes are available who are consuming the low electricity, these are the manifestive form or these are the secondary form of the invention, which is useful as per the commercial need, customer need, market need. So what is needed today? We need the innovative. You read many policy, they are telling innovative policy, innovation, do innovation. Why innovation? We need invention also, but that invention is a first form. Suppose this is a fan. So fan is an invention having six pan, but do we need six pan to rotate? No, I can reduce down to three. So three pan fan is a innovated form. So innovation always need. Why the market sustainability? Anything I can discover, but if it is not sustaining in the market, either commercial point of, economic point of view, social point of view, then it will be sidelined from the market. So that is the only thing, like the floppy disk. But what is the CDs? Then CDs converted into, in my time we used to use 20 rupees CDs. Then CD came, the DVDs came. Now the pen drives are coming, and now the hard disk and something memory disk are coming. So in that way, the invention is doing their journey to the innovation side. So what is the innovation? Thinking, taking the invention from the basic form and taking to the next form. Thinking differently, finding the new avenues, changing and making it the compatible form, the user form, the ease, simple to use, and most usually the user friendly you word used. If I am using anything, I should not face any problem to use that. The difference between invention, and I told you that Thomas Edison was an inventor, but Steve Jobs, he make an Apple and iPad, iTablets, and so many things. So what is the invention? Innovation, I told you, this is the invention can be the basic form of discovery. The innovation is the practical application of that can be perceived, that can be survived, or that can be sustained in the market at affordable price with the quality service. So I gave you some examples. You can understand the Tim Berners-Lee. He invented the World Wide Web, internet. So before internet was nothing there, but now that Google, many social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. So Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, these are the innovative form of the innovation. And what is the invention? Who introduced this? The World Wide Web. Okay, so now coming to the intellectual property right. What is the intellectual property right? Any of your scientific creation, whether it is a scientific means science oriented, literary means the writing oriented, artistic means you are painting, drawing, and all these things. Vocabulary means you are a singer, good things. The work in the form of you are making any designs and all this. Symbols, names, trade secret, images, logo. You are opening your company and you want, no, my company idol should be like this, like Parle-G, Nirma, Coca-Cola, thumbs up. The thumbs up showing the thumbs up signal. So any scientific creation, something coming in your mind is a scientific creation. Sorry, intellectual creation. Now whether it is scientific, literary, artistic, the vocabulary, even you are singing also, you are making music notes. That can be also comes under the IPR. So IPR is nothing but the intangible asset. Intangible asset means you cannot move. The tangible asset means you can move, that is the in a physical form, the car, land, you can see that. But whatever the intellectual and the intangible asset means, it is the invisible form. You tell me, can somebody thought 10 years before or 5 years before, can I can purchase anything without giving note, without using my money purse, without measuring, without counting the notes? Is what possible? But somebody told that no, one day will come that I can purchase anything from the market without giving cash, without giving note in a physical form, and now today is a Google Pay, Paytm is there. Okay. Anything is there, you don't need to carry your wallet. You don't need to carry the 500 rupees note, 2000 rupees denominations. You have to just go there, scan the QR code, put your whatever the username and your password, and the money can be automatically transferred by sitting here to there. But earlier it was not there. So you can say that the intangible asset means Paytm is note. Note is a note means money. Currency is a, you can say, the physical form. Then Paytm, Google Pay, or any other money transaction method, net banking, they can be a intangible form. So your scientific creation, intellectual creation. Sorry, I am using the word scientific always, but intellectual creation, because this forum is for all, whether belongs to art field, commerce field, drawing, musicians, artists. Okay, so we cannot disclaim that, we cannot distinguish. IP belongs to only scientific field, engineering field, medical field. No, there is no any royalty or there is no any authority or the copyright of any person on IP. Anybody can file IP, even farmer also, if he is getting any farm plant variety, and that farm plant variety or the seed variety is unknown to the world, he can bring into the notice. Okay, we will see. So one thing is very clear, that you understand that what is the, it is the intangible asset. You cannot see in a physical form, but it exists. You can transfer from one generation to another. You can from parent to son, son to next generation. Okay, it can pass out and it can create a wealth. Why? Because if you want, you can uh, technology transfer way, or you can sell, or you can buy, or you can hand over your uh, what is the gross wealth of your IPR to the somebody else to whom you rely upon. So now it is a time to understand. I hope everybody is understanding. Student, hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. If any problem is there, you interrupt. Now there are the 9 different types of IPR. First, most remarkable and the significant form, dominated form of, or the most predominant form of IPR is a patent. Okay, because patent journey is taking 3 to 4 years. Nowadays, fast track things has happened. So early publication is also possible, but at least you reduce down time to 1 year. So 2.5 minimum is required. If it is an industrial patent, something one in Mumbai in within 18 months, one patent. But then it should have some superpower, and it should have the remarkable characteristic innovation policy. So we will see what is the IPR requirement is there. First type is patent is the predominant form. Another is the copyright. Copyright is the most simple form. I wrote my 5 books here. Okay, 1 second. So these are the books that the clinical biochemistry 5 books I wrote for my students. So it is the most simple form of the copyright. I wrote 4 poem books, Hindi poem. So it is the most simple form. You write it, you will get ISBN number at the top, and it is copyrighted. The CD you can copyright. You sing a song, and if you want somebody should not violate it, you copyright it. You make a CD, you make a note, you make a music, motions, all this, so it can be covered under the copyrights. You make a C language, the computer language, and you can copyright. So we are seeing the patent is the most difficult or most sophisticated form of IPR. Copyright is a very simple one. You write it down and you publish it, you will get a copyright indirectly assigned to you. Third one is the industrial design. Now I am opening some company. Now I want to know my company logo, like Thumbs Up, Pepsi, Nirma, many types of things. You understand that there are the different things. So as per the industrial design, you can decide the logo, emblem. You see that when any university, any organization is getting opened, they are making some symbol, that emblem, or they, you can call it as a logo. That is the industrial design. You can see Nirma Parleji, one typical baby, his some finger position. So it is an industrial design which is conserved or reserved for Parleji only. Trademarks, you can also call it as the almost design is like, sorry, the emblem, symbol, whatever, it is coming under the trademark. Industrial design means you are putting some like some computer or this mobile is having this design, or this glass is there in my hand, or the shoes which we are using, or the AC, or whatever that the shirts, or whatever the things you are using, the ornaments, they are having particular designs over it. So it can comes under the industrial design. We will see one by one all that. Trade secret means, yes, you are some hygienic food you are preparing, like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is having the trade secret for the content which is used, whatever the ingredients are there in that carbonated water. Basically, the Coca-Cola link, all these are the carbonated water. But whatever they have added, they made it its trade secret. So somebody cannot copy it. Somebody should not take it. So trade secret is that most of the like MDH, masala and all this. So whatever the ingredients you are adding, that can comes under the trade secret. Now trade dresses. What is the trade dresses? You are providing some uh, uh, packing or the movers and the packers like company, and you have nothing to do. You are just there in the transport business. But the wrapping or the overcoating which you are using, they are like the Agrawal movers and packers. Whatever they are packing, all this, everybody that Agrawal's photo is there. So trade dresses means you are just doing the shipping business, but whatever the packing you are do on that, there is some remark is there. So that okay, Agrawal's is there means that is the genuine Agrawal's movers and packers. Otherwise, there are the different types of the movers and packers are there. So trade dresses like Parle-G, they are having the trade dress. The yellow color, it is a typical yellow color packet is there, so nobody can use it. Like so, you can call it as a trade dresses. We can find many examples. Now, geographical indications, you very well understand the typical beauty or the typical substance or that item from that state or belongings. Like the Rasgulla, there was a fight Odisha and Kolkata for Rasgulla, and it was gone on the this side. The Haldi neem patent we win from the US patent. Assam tea, the Lonavala chikki, Kashmiri Pashmina shawl, Nagpur oranges, grapes from Nashik. So any particular the identity or the remark Agre ka petha, something like this. So you cannot find it for the geographical indication. Any NGO or any state government or any Indian government, they can put it, this is the Shimla mirch. So Shimla mirch is particular, the Kashmiri seb, Nagpuri oranges. So they can only take a claim. Individuals we cannot take for the geographical indication. Integrated circuit layout design is very complicated and there is a very low success. Only the electronic engineers can do this because if they are developing some radio or the transistor, they have to develop some circuit, the integrated circuit. So ICLD is known as the integrated circuit. If that design is unique for that transistor, means inside component of the transistor, not outlook, because outlook will be there, it will go on the industrial design side. Okay, you can find it here. So integrated circuit design layout is there. And last one is the plant varieties. It is simple for the farmers. It is simple for the agriculture field or the botanist. If you come across with new plant variety, plant seed, endangered species, then you can bringing that outline endangered species into the mainstream. How? By registering that into the plant varieties, and if you belongs to farmer community, you will get subsidy also. So all these are the intellectual property right. You can say that now this technique of this phone, you can patent it, but whatever the design outlook of this telephone can be comes under the industrial design. The bulb can be a technology, but the shape of the bulb can also goes under the industrial design. Now wheel, a computer, and all these are the examples of the invention. Why invention? The computer is the primary form of invention. Now laptop is the sophisticated form. Okay, so these are the things. Somebody is having any message, I request organizer to keep everybody unmute so they can ask, especially the students. Now, what is the patent? The patent is comes under the process, product, or the some prototype. Now, I am telling you what is the patent. Now, I am going to the first form patent. Now, one fan is moving inside my head. The fan is a product. That product, yes, patent only can be filed for a product, process, and the prototype. Now, this is a fan. The fan is a product. I am developing first type of fan which is not exist. Just imagine not exist in India or in the world. So I am bringing into the community. This is the fan. So it is a product. The RPM rotation per minute with whom it is moving, the 2000, 3000 RPM, it is a technology. So either I can file a patent for a fan as a product or as a its technology with which it is rotating. So I am filing a patent for the technology. By this technology, the fan is revolving with 2000 speed or RPM, or I can bring some new technology and its speed can be increased. And prototype means I don't know any primary form, but I just bring dot. Now you understand that we train. Earlier there was a malgadi. but it was a prototype. Now it was become a diesel engine, then steam engine, then now meter gauge, broad gauge. So you understand that key before, if you have a fear, you bring your uh, scientific creation to the market in a prototype form. Let people to assume you most of the things you understand that even here the sanitizer was there. Some of our student, they just develop a crow, black crow, he's spitting the what is that sanitizer. I suggested that you see a black crow and he's just spitting the spitting is just like omitting that sanitizer, it doesn't look proper. Instead of what you do, you make a swan rajhans, and now with a big peak or a peacock. So he brought first prototype. Now I thought that no, in Indian community it doesn't looks good. I just suggested no, make it a swan. He is sitting on a lotus, and now he is having a good peak. Now everybody is happy to take that sanitizer by pressing that swan's stomach as compared to the pro. So, what is the prototype? Any rough idea or the premature idea, but having the scientific importance, you can also call it as a jugad also. Jugad in WhatsApp, you can see. You bring it. Now you advanced it by putting some logic or putting some scientific creation into it. So patent, when we are saying that, now we understand that the patent history. Why the patent? What is the journey of history? Then you have to go very first. In 1593, when there was a Galileo. Galileo first applied for a patent in 1593 for his invention of a pump. Then in actually before Galileo also there was a 1474 the Venetian patent law was there. Patent law means you understand that the DNA history was also somebody telling belongs to Rosie Franklin, that X-ray crystallography lady. But it was credit was gone to Watson. Whatever the story is there, but such things has happened. We don't know what is the right, what is the truth behind that, because we were not there at that time. But this story and these conflicts are coming right from the beginning. The 1474 first the Venetian patent law was there. Then Galileo also, whether sun is revolving or the earth is revolving around the sun. So whatever you are telling, you have to make it concrete. You have to make it in a soundproof. So what you do if I am saying no, yes, India is good on basis of some, the gold, neem, haldi is originated from the India. I should do something, I should prove the evidence and I should patent. So this struggle was faced by Galileo also in 1593. Then in 1624, the UK patent parliament sought to declare exercise of the royal prerogative. Whatever the royal societies were there, they thought that prerogatives should come and the authority should be given to somebody. If somebody is telling, Ramayana is telling, so no, credit should go to Maharshi Valmiki. If Mahabharata is somebody is telling, credit should go. If those who have contributed, they should get the credit. So that concept was developed from 1624 and before that also. Now US patent, now again that 1719 US patent, the Samuel Hopkins from Philadelphia, they issued the first US patent. Now in 1957 the Indian Copyright Act was introduced. You understand that after independence we are very much proclaimed in the singing or copyright, you can understand that good singers or the good poets are there. So anyhow the copyright that things came into the mind. The real patent that is the came in Indian scenario, the 1970 Indian Patent Act that came into the effect. So I'm just telling you the patent. I'm not telling about the IPR journey, but right from the 1474 to 1624, then 1790, these are the benchmarks where the IP get accredited or IP get some recognition. Importance to be given. So these are some benchmarks of the milestones in the patent history. In 1970, the Indian Patent Act came into the effect, and in 1995, as know after that Narasimha Rao government, Manmohan Singh, that liberalization has happened, and the India joined the World Trade Organization, and under the TRIPS agreement, there is an exchange of thoughts, exchange of the themes. So when these things are getting how to tell if I am importing something. So if I am importing something from outside, I used to tell no, this is the patented technology I am importing, or patented technology I am exporting. So real value or the real prestige or the real recognition to the patent get after the trade secret 1995, and after these things only the 26th April we are celebrating as a World IP Day, because world understand that the Though the IP or the patent, they are the territorial right. The Indian patent is limited to India only. US patent is applicable in US only. But even though it is applicable, they are the territorial right, but it can be exchanged, it can be transferred, and in a good faith, it can be now like a PCT, the Paris Convention Treaty. Now you can file in more than 160, 180 countries. You can file your idea, and your idea will remain freeze up to 1 year. So many things are there, it cannot be covered in 1 hour. But I hope you understand. I told you why the IPO is needed. Whether it is the Global Innovation Index, job seekers, or the startup requirement, entrepreneurship development, bioentrepreneurship development, difference between innovation and the invention, then 9 different types of the IPR, and why patent is most dominated one, and copyright is the simplest and the most simple one, and along with that the industrial trade secret, trademark, trade secret, trace is there, integrated circuit design, plant varieties, geographical indications. So many things are there. But main prestige always goes to, if you are from the science field, the focus on the patent, product, process, and prototype. The product, I give you example of fan. Process, the technology with which it revolves, and the prototype, any primary form of the jugaad, but you apply with some simple, because you see that many designs they came up with the jugaad, and jugaad is also not as bad if there is something science is involved. So because why patent, I told you that anybody cannot violate it and that can be commercialized. Many important the commercial patent or the utility patent. Patent also there are the two types, normal patent and the utility patent. That patent, now what is the benchmark, what are the measurable for the patent, that we will see. The nuns rule. Now somebody is telling, ki, yes sir, you told everything about it, but how should I understand? Ki my innovation is patentable. I am not using word invention, because till that time all the things get discovered. You have to take that discovery to the advanced form. So I am always using the word innovation. So don't take me wrong if I am telling you to become an innovative mind rather than the inventive mind. Because inventive mind you can develop some product, but if it is the beyond capacity of the poor, that so discovery is not at all bad, but take that invention to the innovation level. That is my concern. So Null's rule, always you follow. What is the Null's rule? First is the novelty. If you want to check a scale, the measure whether your innovation is patentable or not, it is having patentability or not, you have to check the Null's rule. I am audible, student. Hello. I hope I am not get distracted.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
you are perfectly audible, sir.
Okay.
No problem.
So novelty, what is the nonce rule? First nonce means novelty. Novelty means something uniqueness, something novelty. Then we are using the word next generation. Now laptop is a next generation. Everybody is using mobile, but something transferable. So you understand, you take anything the first generation, second generation, third generation. When one technology is completely dominating the previous technology, so you can call it as a generation. Okay. So novelty means something novelty, innovative, that is rarely known for. That is the novelty. Another U is from the utility. I am again using the word commercial utility. It's not like that ki I am making a brush and you just make it a change in your toothbrush and you tell that, you know, sir, I made just a customer for the customer use or customers eco-friendly use, user-friendly. It is not. It should have some scientific meaning. It should have some commercial aspect. So without commercial utility, if I am developing something, it should have some commercial price in the market. So another point is the usefulness, commercial utility. Third one is the non-obviousness. Now you tell what is the non-obviousness. Non-obviousness means which is not generally obviously possible. Like Jadoo came, Koi Mil Gaya movie, Jadoo came from other planet to this, because it is not obvious. Other aliens or the other planet people, they never come to greet us on New Year or Diwali. Okay. Or the fish can fly. If I am telling the fish swim in the water and birds fly in air, you will tell, sir, what is new in that? It is obvious. Okay. So, but I am telling no, human beings are started flying. Then you will tell, oh, how is it possible? It is non-obvious. So non-obvious means something your patent should be means. Nonce rule means your patent should grab the attention of the market. It should get a good royalty, and in the whole world, the people should clap for you. Then that non-obviousness is very very important, which is missing, or we are not so much developed, or we are embarking our pathway in that journey. But non-obviousness is very very important. But whatever the things which are happening, we are it's obvious. Anybody is telling, we are telling it's obvious. What's new in that? So if eye opener and something shocking, earth shaking, if you are doing this, that is the non-obviousness. So I'm not giving more importance, because we cannot think that every patent should be non-obviousness. By saying this, we are demoralizing them. So rather than, I'm telling that at least on these four parameters you should. And statutory. What is the statutory in a legal framework? Tomorrow you will tell, I developed a one machine that kill automatically another person, or he will do the, what you can call that, cyber crime or any website hacking. So such unethical things cannot be permissible or cannot be patented. Okay. Any malpractice, unethical means, and you are telling that, I want to do this, patented, and you see the movie Robot. The first part of Chitti is very interesting in the robot Chitti, but when that Chitti get a liberty, whether it is possible or not possible, that is the Bollywood understanding. But you understand how the machines can be happened, or the taken advantage in the wrong side. The Dr. Bhabha and all these, they are also very eager to use the nuclear power for the electrical energy, for radiation therapy, for the diagnostic purpose and other health purposes. So atom bomb development was not never the plan or understanding of our for the nuclear energy. But anyway, any science has a 2 points. So nothing is bad as far as it is under the limit and in the control of the human beings. So statutory things cannot be used. Now what cannot be patented? The law of nature. Tomorrow you will tell me Newton's third law is there. I will develop Newton fourth law. Or the fourth law of thermodynamics is there, and I will invent. Generally you cannot challenge it. Any hypothesis, and you cannot misframe it. Just adding your one vocabulary, one sentence, and so such type of any corollaries you cannot play, or you cannot you don't touch the scientific principles. The gravitational force is there, means there. You cannot claim that you something you revised, you added in the gravitational force. So basic Einstein theory, relativity theory, or any law of nature you cannot change. You can add that, and you can make an equations. You can claim for that. But patent is always the nonce rule. The novelty is very very important. Non-obviousness is expected, but even if it is not there, it should be something new for the community. Commercial usefulness and the statutory. This is the my understanding of nonce rule. You can add something new. Nobody can stop you. Now, intellectual property right. I told you the copyright, the cassette, CD, books, the linguistic forms, the software, the language, computer language, and you can make it copyright so that nobody can take it. If somebody is taking, you understand that musicians most of the time they claim that it was a my notions, my node, it was my node, it was taken by somebody else. So simple, whatever you are doing, you copyright it. Okay, so it is applicable to the artistic field, drawings, painters, uh, and any form of the artist, and also the writers. Single. The intellectual property copyright means literary books, essays, compilation, computer program, drawing, painting, logo, map, chart, photograph, architecture under artistic, cinematograph means recording, which audio visual recording, musical means musical notation, sound recording, compact disc, dramatic play. Yes, if you are narrating any drama, now Shakuntal is copyright of the Pandit Kalidas, Kavi Kalidas ji. Okay, so you don't interfere. Screenplay, drama, that you can copyright. It is the most simple form of this. Now trademark. Now I am opening my company. Now I want some trademark. So you can see Carlsberg, Coca-Cola, Mercedes Benz. They are having the typical trademark. Okay, so this typical trademark is the identity. Like McDonald, you are going to McDonald in foreign, and you just come to airport and big M is written. You understood that it is a McDonald. Okay, D-Mart. So these are the notions, these are the symbols, emblems, by means of which. So these are the most simple form. You just create your own emblem and you register it under the trademark. Next one is this trademark. Snoopy, Dior. Now what can be trademark? Any word is also there. Coca-Cola. The typical way they wrote a Coca-Cola, BMW, 7-Eleven. Some abbreviations, restaurant is written in the inverted form, the mirror image form. So restaurant written in a mirror image form can also be a trademark. Drawing, a musical fragments also you can use. Most of the musical company like T series, you can see they can, even color can also be used. The Orange is a telephone company, not in India but outside. Now three-dimensional design can also be used as a trademark. So these are the some examples given by means of which you can show the trademark. So trademark are the territorial rights. If Lahar 7 Up thumbs up is in India, it doesn't mean that the 7 Up cannot be used thumbs up in outside. So it is the territorial right means up to the country limited. India. So one trademark can use that other and can be filed in another. So you understand that the patent we have seen the most complicated form. Copyright is just depend on your contribution, and trademark is your the evolution of your mind. What type of images, what type of imaginations, what type of the artistic creations that can be trademark, because in that there is no any scientific or the writing creation. There is a designer, artistic you can call it as. Uh, Here I am telling you the singer. Singing is also can be copyrighted. I hope it is written somewhere. If I missed, then correct me. So trademark. Now the trade dress, I told you that the Agrawal ji, they are just doing movers and packers, but the wrapping they are doing and Agrawal logo is there. So Agrawal photo you are seeing, it means that it is a real movers and packers. Otherwise, the cousin brothers they can also start the business. So people they are writing that ki hamari koi shakha, there is no any other branches. But rather than writing there is no any other branches, make your emblem or whoever the founder, like the KFC, the founder of your company, you can put it, okay, on your trade dress. Trade dress means the wrapping. Now trade secret, I told you that Coca-Cola, the content of the formula by means of which you are synthesizing or preparing your perishable product, consumable product, so you can make it there the trade secret. Now the what is the trade secret for Masala Magic, KFC, Coca-Cola? The trade dress example is also given. Now industrial design, you can see the types of computer. The back foot of this, the back portion of this computer or the laptop is different. The design, the foot, the shoes is same, but they have the different designs. The mouse, the pens. So this can comes under the industrial design. Okay. So I think one slide is missed. Otherwise, I could have shown you anything is there. If I am using this printer, the printer is on my left hand side. The printer format is the outlook is different. Jewelry. So design is the outlook form. You understand that. In patent, you have to focus on the inward part, because what is the process, what is the product, what is the technology, and design is nothing but design means the outlook. Makeup, you can say that. Get up, you can say that. So in that way, the industrial design you can do this. Now the geographical indication: Bengali Rasgulla, Kashmiri apple, Nagpur oranges, Agra ka petha, Mysore pak, Kanjivaram silk, Banarasi shalu, Lucknow chicken, Maharashtrian paitani, Lonavala chikki, the Pashmina shawl, Kesar from Kashmir, Kashmiri sep, anything you can under the geographical indication. And for geographical indication, you cannot claim being as an individual, being as a university, being as an institution, you cannot claim. Either you have to be from the bureaucrat side of the NGO. Is any NGO, they are working for non-commercial side, non-profitable, they can claim no. This is the Lonavala chickpea, the beauty of our state. Okay, the pattern ka patola, that is the famous. Or tomorrow somebody said it Dhokla from the Vadodara is famous. So Dhokla from the Vadodara, it means that it is the beauty or the sign of your territory. You are the beauty of your territory. So then only you can claim. You means NGO can claim or the government can claim. The circuit design, it is a very complicated from the transistor development. Electronic engineers, they are developing any records, gramophone or any transistor. So they have to develop the circuit design. So circuit design, I rarely seen the filing of the IPR in this category. SCID is the semiconductor integrated conductor division. The IPR at a glance, okay, one thing is, I think, sorry, one is plant variety is missed, I think. Simple, suppose somebody is telling the Kesar is available only in the Kashmir. But I am telling you, if you can find the Kesar in your area and you can tell that it is a nearby variety of the Kesar, you can file it under the plant varieties, and for farmer there is a zero fees. Now the patent, we already tell the patent, design, trademarks. Now the geographical indication SCID. Now where their offices are their main offices. So coming to the patent office is at Kolkata, and their other four branches at four east, west, north zone, Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai, which is there. But main office is at Kolkata for the patent office. Another we will see the copyright office. Main headquarter is at Delhi. For the design wing, again the Kolkata is there. For trademark registry, you can do the registration from Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Ahmedabad. But main head office is located at Mumbai for trademark. Geographical indication, the registration will happen only in the Chennai. SCILD for the Delhi, it is happening. Plant variety is also Delhi, but under this Delhi, there are the four sub branches are given. So generally, these four sub branches are the east, west, north, south zone, and you don't need to do. You simply go in world patent. You need to understand. Go to the WIPO side. WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. WIPO, and Indian. You understand then IPO or the EPO, whatever you can pronounce it. So Indian Patent Office, IP India. You just click on it. I can open it, but I am feeling that the main screen will go. So these are the main offices in India. You have to just put, and from wherever you are sitting, I am in the Mumbai, you are in the Kolkata. So patent offices in your own area, you can find more patent. Why it is protected? I told you that nobody can violate it. Single authority. Now the what is the Paris Convention Treaty? There is a PCT. One treaty forum is there. What is the PCT? Paris Convention and the Patent Cooperation Treaty. Under this, you can file your patent or your innovation in a 160 country. Suppose today I develop some technology in the form of process, product, or some prototype, and I'm not sure whether I should register it in India or outside, because I don't know where is more importance. Suppose I am developing some technology, and that technology has more importance in the Japan, but I am not in a position to file it this patent in a Japan. But in India, that patent, this technology has no importance. Let's suppose an example. So what I should do, I will just freeze my idea by filing my patent under the PCT. So when Paris Convention Treaty, there are the 160 countries there. So all these 160 countries is listed, and my patent or my idea will remain locked for this 160 country, and I will get 1 year time. Then I can thought in 1 year I can make some adjustment that I should file in Japan, or I don't know, till that time another country also develop some good scopes for this my innovation technology. So for global patent point of view or the international recognition point of view, the people are filing patent, and there is no need to tell why it's important. More you file it at international level, you will get more recognition, more prestige, and all these things. So one thing, sorry, the time is there, sir. I
Yes,
will
sir.
just
No
I
problem.
think 1 hour I already took. I will just do the another format why the commercialization is needed. So I told you the forms of IP, the what are their main headquarters, what exactly comes under it. Now intellectual property right, all these things I already told. Now what is the commercialization? Why it is needed? Do you understand that why how they are contributed in the GDP when we are calling the growth developmental percentage, or that we are telling that India should be a trillion economy, $1 trillion economy. They can be a political words, but do we are in a position to do justice with our statement what we are doing? If I'm not saying it is impossible, only we have to work hard. From 43 number of global innovation index, we have to come to within 20. And how it will be so? We have to file more patents, design, copyrights, and the trademarks. So IPR you contribute. Okay, if you see that you are not a patent filer, good. But do some designs. IPR is IPR. Everybody cannot be a scientist. But there are the 9 avenues are there. The SCID, circuit design, you leave it, plant variety, you leave it. But at least trademark, patent, design, copyright, these are the four fields where you can do, and you can understand that why European nations they are remarking. 45% they are well versed or dominated in these sectors. Contribution to the employment. More patent will come, the companies will come forward, company will take a risk. First thing is that if I am telling that my voice is very good and somebody should give me a chance in the Bollywood. Now you understand Ranu Mandal and that Bachpan Ka Pyar Bhool Nahi Jana Hai. They got chance, or the Kacha Badam. Why they get a chance? They come out in the social media, or they showed their power. What is the beauty in their voice? That's why the Badshah or the singer they are giving the chance. Okay. In scientific field, if you want, the people should knock your door. So you don't need to go. Once you file your patent and all this thing, it will come in IPO bulletin, intellectual property right, Indian patent bulletin, it will come, patent office bulletin. And people will read and they will show. If my industry is a fertilizer industry, I will see what are the good fertilizer patents get filed or get granted in last year. If I am chemical engineer, I will see. I am industrialist, I will see which patent is granted in this domain. And if I come to know that your corona vaccine is there, somebody is filed or somebody is granted a patent, I will go there or people will go there because corona vaccine is needed where the third or fourth whatever number of wave is knocking or is awaited. So what I am telling you that the intellectual property right means world will come to you. If you globally think and act locally and you file it, people will come to you. All the 18 patents are filed sitting in Vadodara. But everywhere wherever I am presenting, I am telling that I work in tuberculosis, I work in cancer, I work in herbal, I work at engineer side, we develop COVID mask also. So in that way, your portfolio get diversified. So I am having at least today answer for 4 5 things. You want agar agar, I can give you. So I am not telling brilliance. This is just telling the confidence. The people, only your IP strength will give you the confidence to speak in front of. If I am a doctor, I am telling you to file a patent only if I have filed 25 patents. You understand anything. You can't teach a lesson or you can't teach suggestion to anybody until and unless your coat is not fitting into your body first. You first wear this. Gandhiji started Dandi Matra and he is not seen. Whoever is following to him. He started and people joined him. So in that way, this is a movement. In world IP today, we are taking a movement. If people are telling 38% GDPs depend on that, 52% GDP depend on merchandise, jobs are depend on that, the wage premiums are depend on that. But how this balance will come, whether it is US economy and all this economy, you bring the substitute for the petrol, diesel, the petrol rates will go down. Now we are telling petrol diesels are 120 because we don't have biofuel, we don't have the options. Tomorrow, if we are getting the option, they are labeled. It is a monopoly. That's why it is. So these are just the arithmetic figures. I don't want to discuss. Just want to tell you why important. It is giving excitation to you. The innovation is telling just like how many cars bungalow you have. Somebody is telling jokes in IP day. मेरे पास कार है, बंगला है, सब कुछ है. And one person is telling like that dialogue. मेरे पास माँ है. You can say मेरे पास 25 IPR. So one IPR is get commercialized. Now he will give you bungalow also. This I'm not telling big word, but if that IP is having that strength, commandable strength, they will give you bungalow, royalty, Mercedes, Benz, everything. More you are in IP field, more strong, more will be the strong economy, more jobs, not only for you, for your family. You see the Kishore Kumar and all their songs, their copyrighted songs, they are taken by another thing. Even most of the good songs, their remake can be used in new movies that use it. Okay. So what is the why they are making the remake of this? Because they understand that the landmark, such movies cannot be created. So making their clone. So that's why help you that you can read it. Now the people tell the student what I can do. Okay, if you are not contribute for the IPR, you become a advocate or the legal attorney for this IPR. If you are having the basic degree, BSc degree or anything, after basic degree you can do IPR course, but from a recognized institution and particularly from the US international level or from some good Indian institutes only. So what you become, you can become a patent analyst, patent searcher, because in the patent you have to search the in a prior art it is existing in law. In Nuns rule, I am adding one more thing is the Nuns P. P means prior art search. Whatever you are patenting or doing this, it should not exist in a prior art. Earlier trend was do the research, publish, patent and perish, or publish and patent. Now the reverse thing is going on. If it is non-knowing to the community, first patent it. Oh, sorry, patent it means IPR it. I am using the word IPR, means lock it. And after IPR, you publish it. Because once you bringing this to the publication into domain, you cannot go to the patent form because it is already existing domain. So I told you Nuns rule. In that you add one more P. The P is for the prior art. Whatever your discovery innovation should not exist in prior art. So that the patent searchers, the databases are there, IP paralegals are there. What are the paralegal? They are making the forms. Now, what are the forms? Can I show my forms to these people, these guys? The most one is the simple form is the form 2, complete specification. This is my patent. I'm nothing hide and seek. I can tell you we develop some spreader. So form 2 means complete specification. Whatever the information for filing you are giving to the IPO office, all details will be present in that. So form 2, if somebody is telling that, "Yeah, I don't know about the patent," you go to any patent attorney and tell that, "I want only to fill patent form number 2." Their template, their format, you will get it on a Google search. So form 2 means complete detail. There are the sections are given. Under this section, primer to description, field of invention, background, you give your detail, and form 2 will be the main soul of your patent filing. Now, what is the form 1? Form 1 is just information. Who is the main applicant? There are the two category, applicant category and the innovator category. So applicant means the institutional or the individual, and the innovator means you don't want to give them royalty, but you want to involve because they supported you. So those who are secondary people, those they supported, you can keep them in a innovator side. So there is a applicant side is there. So I wrote my university name. So main applicant, but innovator I use the name of another designer who helped me, Dhiren Kumar, who helped me for this designing. So form 1 is giving you the detail of the authors and their NOC, means they should know that who are the main innovators. Form 2 is a complete specification, complete detail. Form 1 is a main detail. Now form 5 is the power of attorney. Now what I am giving the declaration. In my patent, 3 people will be there and their 3 signatures are there. So form 5 is a uh, disclaimer, you can call it. And the what is the form 26 is the authorization. If you are self-filing at your level, you don't need anything. You need only form 122 and 5, 1 to 5 only. But you are filing through the agents. So agent will give you form 26, means power of attorney. Okay. So dear students, there are only 4 type of form. There is no any rocket science. If somebody is telling rocket science, you bring it to me. My mobile number, email is given. So somebody is telling there is a big thing, blah blah. Nothing is. If you are filing through patent agent, you need additional 26 form that you can call it as a power of attorney. You are giving to your agent, and form 1 to 5 simple, and only form 2 is very important, that you can call it as a complete specification. So paralegal attorney, they will prepare the forms. You want to make your career into that, you can make it. Patent docketing, IPR docketing, linearizing. All the formats are in proper way, all information, science, genuineness, no fraud, fake, anything that can be checked into that. Basically, that all these domains comes under the patent attorney only. But I am telling you different segment. Patent proofreader. Grammatic errors, proper references are quoted, or somebody is misplagiarized, somebody has taken. So all this proofreading like a plagiarism you are checking. So here also. Trademark attorney is there. Whatever the logo you are using, suppose you are using the logo of this tree. So they are checking whether this logo has been taken by somebody. So when you are putting any trademark, trade secret, trademarks, so they are doing the prior art search, so that your invention, whatever you are claiming, it should not be catch up. It should not be clutch in between. So patent attorneys are there. They are telling you the patent litigations. They aware you the law forms, and they will keep you updated about the progress of your patent. Once you file the patent, there are only 4 stages. There is no any rocket science. Today I am filing the patent. After 18 months, it will get published. If you pay the early publication fees within 1 or 2 months, your patent get published. So filing and publication is not a rocket science, is not a big thing. Anybody think. What is the main important thing? After publication, your patent will come in a public domain. Dr. Vijay or Dr. Shilajit filed a patent. It will come into the public notice, and people will raise some questions like in a court. They will ask you some argument. They will compliance. They will send to you. They will send some claims on that, and you have to justify, you have to satisfy their queries, you have to give compliance to their claim. If you win that claim is known as the FER, first examination report. So first examination report will come to you. If you pass this examination report, the patent is granted. If it is not passed, then second examination report will come. If you failed in second examination report also, then your patent is declined, it is rejected. you have to file again, you have to come to the from, you have to start from the zero. But if you win, then patent is granted, and then the commercialization, you have to invite industrialist by putting on a social media, then industry will take interest if that innovation is having some commercial importance. So only 5 stages is there: filing, publication, which are the simple steps. After this, examination, that is the first examination report will come. You have to pass it. If pass, directly granted. If not, second examination report will come. If you pass, it is granted. If it is not granted, then rejected. But if granted, next level you have to take care like the commercialization. So these are only 5 steps. The patent agent will guide you. Nowadays, many engineers or many pharma people, they are coming into the patent. Why? Because 1 lakh rupees charge is there. Now it is reduced down 60 to 75. Government fees charges are up to 10,000, 1,600 fees at first level, filing level 1,600 rupees, 2,500 rupees for early publication. So almost it is 4,000 100 rupees, something like this. Now when you go for FER, you have to prepare FER, that is the 4,000. So within 8 to 9,000, your fees, government fees will be covered. But drafting and that prior art search and all these things, so 15, 10,000 people are taking. So almost that cost is goes to 1 lakh. So one patent or one IPR, they are getting 1 lakh. So many of the newcomers, they are making their career as a patent attorney. And if you are in the international market, then you can jump into the internal market and you can earn money in dollars also. But again, I am telling you that the patent IPR is a simple domain. Doctor cannot become one day a good cardiologist or the good neurologist. He will keep practicing, and at 50 he will become a renowned neurologist or the cardiologist. So in patent also, don't think one day moon will come to earth. You have to keep practicing with your experience. You will become a good patent attorney. And good patent attorney means your granting rate should be good. Suppose 10 patent today you are filing, all 10 patents should be granted. Then you can call it as a good. You are filing 100 patent, but none of them get granted. You are not a good attorney. So I hope you are taking my notions on a positive note. There is a 1 year diploma courses also there, many universities, but please prefer the government or the national or the international university. No, don't do any correspondence course, and don't just add your CV. It is not impressive. World 26 days is a 20 theme was the innovative futures. You can become patent searcher, patent analyst, patent paralegal, patent docketing, patent proofreader, patent agent, trademark attorney, patent attorney. So anything you can become. The software engineer also, you can make it designs and you help your patent attorney. So there are the many avenues. You need only basic degree, graduate degree, science and technical field. If it is there, then very good, because patents are mostly drafted by the technologists, engineers, and the biotechnologists or the applied science people. And take any country, IP law or the IPR right course you do, and you can start doing practice there. Minimum 1 or 2 year course you should do. Don't do any certificate course for 3, 4, 2 months. Don't do this. So who can recruit? Any MSME sector also you will get a job. IT sector, telecom, biotechnology, chemical field, the telecommunication. So you understand that IPR is for all. That any sector, whether it is government, non-government, WTO, you can apply for WTO also. The patent or the IP agent that give you the prestige of that, give you the standard. So now India almost more than 50,000. That figure is not constant. Patent application and 3.5 lakh more than trademark applications they are filing. And out of these, almost the intellectual property market is 12 to 18%. So why I am telling that if we have to come within 20, so this should go beyond 80%. We are not. We are. This rate is poor. Okay. So our IPR contribution should be more than 60, 70. So that's why all the young brains, young birds, but startup ecosystem is growing. So there is a positive remark is there. I think there is a lot to say. I could have tell you more legal things also, but I don't think better we should do the in question answers. And today's theme already that anchor told that it is a IPR for youth, IPR for the development. So that's why we should focus more on that. So
Uh, th-
it, Yeah,
Thank
I
you, sir.
request organizer, can I conclude rather than I should happy to answer the queries.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There is a question answer session. Thank you, sir. This is wonderful presentation. I think it completes every dimension of IPR, also job prospects. So, for audience, if you have any question, please unmute yourself and ask one by one.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Uh, I have a question on. I have many questions. Let me go one by one. First is how to make. You are saying that uh, filing patent will boost the economy and grow the GDP of the country.
Yes.
But how, it's good for the educated one because they can go and file a patent in the government office. But what about the who are not what about the people who are not educated and who are staying in a non-resourceful area? How to make them aware, and what are the steps that the government of India is taking to make them aware about it?
See, very nice question. I really appreciate nice question he asked. That's what I'm telling you. No need to go to government or anyone. You simply make industrial unit in your college or in your university. Okay, and in whatever area you want to file a patent, you just select 10 good industries, and you make an industry panel, and you just call them, and you ask them what are the burning issues of industries today. So whatever the good corporate companies are there or the good industries, they will tell you. Like somebody like biofuels, everybody is focusing on that. So they will tell you that these are the thrust areas where you should focus upon. I'm telling you that GDP is increasing, means it's just not like that you are doing patent filing and GDP will increase. When you will start working on the industrial problem, try to handle as much as industrial consultancy. Now the 10 industrialists will tell, make a biofuel. When it is not like that, I should only tell problems. Now you tell, you ask, this student should ask, sir, biofuel, it is not common, but can you give some any guideline in foreign countries or what is happening? So industry people, they are earning money, they have to run their economy. So they can give you idea, but they cannot sit with you to do the research. But they will tell you, like Parali problem in Haryana. Every year they are igniting that agriculture waste is creating pollution in Rajasthan, Haryana, Delhi, and almost July, December month. From last 4 5 years we are listening, but do we come up with a solution? Means they did some approaches also. I am not telling, but we have to work on that problem. So industry people will tell, okay, you cannot do 90%, but start doing working on 10 20. If ethanol you are using, can you use another cheap solvent? So if I am using in Gujarat that alcohol is banned. So we are not using methanol directly. So can we use another solvent? So our research should be migrated in that way. Necessity is the mother of invention. We are only doing just a chewing gum type of research. My senior is doing that research. I am also doing this. After my degree is over, we are throwing that chewing gum. Means our thesis are remain good in library. We are making 18 20,000, and it will be a good showcase model for our life. I'm not. Please pardon me if I'm using wrong sentence, but our theses are only good at library and at our bookshelf. But if 1% of that thesis can come out for industrial problem, then GDP will solve. Why China is dominating? Because whatever they are doing every month, 2,000, 3,000 patent they are filing. Whatever they are doing, they are transforming directly to IPR and not to IPR filing to the commercial level. That's why I told you the last important one is very important. Commercialization success rate is 1%. Whatever the granted patent you file, the commercialization rate is within 5% in that. Sorry if I.
So my two questions are linked with your answer. The first is if my own country doesn't grant the patent filing on, uh, can I file a patent in another
You
country?
can file it. I told you that if you have an Indian collaborator, you file that patent in India. You can file it in a PCT, the Paris Convention Treaty, and you freeze it for 1 year. And if you are not in a condition, you are hard and fast, you file it in India or anywhere, but wherever you file, you should keep on collaborator so that he should take care.
Okay.
Means Means you should have control over your innovation.
Okay. And the last question is, does the Indian Constitution has a separate Indian acts or laws for invention and innovation related to IPR or
See,
IP?
there is a no 1970 IP is there, then 2002. The act is same, only there is a some modification. The reforms is happening. Okay, so law is
Okay.
same. 1970, I told you the journey. In 2002, again they are doing the liberalization, and now you told earlier they are taking 8,000 fees for institutional filing, and for individual filings 1,600. Now they did a simple thing MSME ki 1,600 for institutional filing and as well as individual. So these reforms are coming. These are the user friendly. Nowadays, whatever the IPR you are filing, all claim will be reimbursed. 80%. The Kapila scheme is there. If you are registering your patent through the startup, then all 100% reimbursement will be done. So there is a full support, good ecosystem, good network is there, and what I'm telling you, you file it, and you do your science first. All these things will be taken care of. If you are having a good innovation and good strength in your technology, you will get angel investor or fund supplier. You will get it either from government side or private side. If not, you don't get it. You write to me anytime.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very
But
much.
but but again, I'm telling you, rather than focusing on this policy, you focus on main science which is needed. See, your science should be good. That's his thing. Science should be so that you can landmark or you can dominate anybody.
The science you are talking about, the content of the patent or the trademark that I am filing on?
I am talking about patent only. Patent related with process, product, and your process. If you are filing any product, that product should be fit in the NUNS rule. If it is a process, it should be in a NUNS rule. I hope
Okay.
NUNS rule you understand.
Yeah, sir. Thank you.
Your science should be in lineation with the nuns rule. Your product is complying all the nuns rule. Nuns rule it is giving 100% means your patent is excellent. And you can add P also prior art. Your patent should not be should not be caught in a prior art search.
Okay. Is there anyone question?
Ishita, there are questions in the chat box.
Yes.
Okay.
From Shayan Acharya, what are the criteria we should keep in mind while applying for a patent on anything?
I told you nuns rule is the best.
Yes.
See, it should not like that your senior is doing some research and you are just. I told you, just chewing gum. We have to do the lateral integration. What is the lateral integration? We think that we are working on one problem. See, now today you are working on some what you can dinosaur. What is the use? Does they exist? So what is the use of such discoveries which is not relevant in today's now? Suppose I am working on polio. Polio is already eradicated, under control by WHO. So what I can do more for smallpox and polio? But yes, if I do on TB, HIV, COVID, it is more relevant and today's demand. So that's why the nuns rule is telling you that all this should be the current context, innovation. And what is the small steps? Mean the simple thing. You have to focus on your science. If your science is strong, if your nuns properties of your patent is strong, everything will be taken care by other. If your song is very good, Kacha Badam, the people and Badshah will come and they will make remake or some album with you. Your line should be yours. Even Blue Hai Pani Pani is also can be a famous. Or anything can be famous, but that should encourage the public and that should uh, grab the attention of the people. Means in the scientific context, my example, you don't take it word to word. I mean to say that something in some shine, some gold should be in your nuns property of your patent. That is very very important. First and last end message.
Okay. There is a question from Shamurjit Datto. How can I keep track if a regional small industry manufactures and sells a design at the cost of 100 rupees, which I have patented at 1000 rupees worldwide? We all have come across such things like a regional company has copied a patented Apple product and selling it at the rate of just 1% of the cost of the original product.
So I told you that in market the minimum input and the maximum output is a threshold, or this is a common funda of any industry. You have to increase the quantity. Once you increase the quantity, then only the raw material cost. Why we are relying on the Chinese market? Because their raw material is very cheap. And for that raw material, you have to do the collaboration. You have to give them the royalty. Means if you want your 1,000 rupees product is there and in market 100 rupees substitute is there, then nobody will take. Then you have to tell the difference. What is the 100 rupees cheap quality and what is the 1,000 rupees bright? You understand that the people never compromise with the quality. Even 500 rupees mask they have taken in a COVID. Why? If you can say that my mask is protecting triple layered copper iron all these things. So when you understand that the money is not a barrier if you are giving the quality. If that vaccine you are producing that giving the lifetime shield, then anyone can take 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees vaccine also. So first thing is that you have to your quality of product should be strong. If it is not, you have to do collaboration with the raw product suppliers and you have to give them royalty indirectly. We will earn and then we'll give you. Because without come down to the raw material, you cannot survive.
Okay, from another question from Shayan Acharya, that we have heard a line so many times, that is license a patent. What does it mean and why is it done?
See, these are the terminologies people using for their own comfortable. In patent, there only are the three things. Today, I filed my patent is get published, I received FER report, I gave the compliance, and my patent is granted. There is a granted word is there. License means I am giving my granted patent to somebody. That's it. You can call it simply commercialization or license. You are getting royalty for the on terms of your patent. That is the simple thing. Now most of the people they get fall accused. Australian patent they are throwing from there, and on that certificate they are writing their Australian patent is get filed first. But what they are doing, our patent is filed. Instead of filing, they are writing patent filing is granted. So what our Indian other fake IP promoters, what they are doing, they are telling that we are having granted IP patent. No, in Australia they are filing patent. When they are filing the patent on their patent certificate, it is written as your file is granted. But file is granted means your file is approved. It doesn't mean that it is granted. Your file is at the initial stage, same filing. Then it will get published. If you pay $500, nobody can give $500. So what they do, they keep it as it is. Now these people they will tell we are having granted Australian patent. Do you want to take it in 40-50,000? So many money makers and they use. So we should understand what is the consciousness. We should keep alive our consciousness. Nobody can distribute the granted patents like this. Okay.
Okay. There is a request from our coordinator that please shed some light on Creative Commons and prior art if possible.
Prior art is simple like Google you are doing, you can write Google patent, and in that Google patent, like we are searching the manuscript, you just put a 5 keywords of your, if suppose I want to work on a biofuel and I'm using some methanol, something, then I should put a word biofuel plus methanol plus some herbal this, and I will just search. Most of the big companies they are having the dedicated software, costly software, but it doesn't mean you simply go in a patent website and there is a IPO website, patent search is there. You search by putting the common terminologies or whatever the product you are working, whatever the compound you are working, you put the name of your compound. Suppose my compound is the some formaldehyde, suppose the formaldehyde and biofuel. So I should want to tell any prior art is registered or already exists with formaldehyde as a biofuel. Just an example. It's not a first thing you keep in mind that the patent filing publication is not a big thing. Prior art doing is not a big thing. It is just like a search. Even if you don't do this, they will do it in your FER. But better that you go filing of patent with proper prior art. And those who are working in this science, they already know. I know that in TB, the diagnostic kit limitations are there. Culture. So first, make your break journey 4 5 years in your field. If you work 4 to 5 year minimum in field, you will come to know that what is going on in world, what is needed, and you will work on that. That's what I'm telling you. Ki you either call the industry people in your forum, and they will tell you ki as per market need you do this innovation, or you remain in your field for 4 or 5 years, and then you understand that you know what is needed in the market, and then accordingly you strategize your research.
Sir, I do
Uh,
have questions. Two questions. First is, can I patent a NFT? And the second is, what?
Could you
Why?
could you please
Why?
repeat?
Uh, uh, can I patent a NFT, means non-fungible tokens? And the second is, why TRIPS was constituted, and what are the functions for the protection of IPR?
See, I told you, no, see, as far as the IPR filing is concerned, there you have to follow only the nuns rule, okay, and you have to see the utility. Only thing by doing this utility, it should not violate any of the environmental or any of the things. Why the what are the problems you highlighted that will come at the commercialization? Am I right? Hello.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the question, the Cheyenne, all these questions will come only when you have the commercialization problem. Okay, so whatever the
Okay.
process, whatever the things you are using, there are no such any tricks or anything else. I told you that whatever the things you are using, if they are having the 90% advantages or 80% advantage or 70 also, and 30% there are some weaknesses or some lacunae or gaps are there, then you can do it with prior permissions and all.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
See, none of
So,
these, yeah, none of the things is of 100%. Nobody is complete. There is a no such phenomenon is perfect man is exist. Okay, and obviously you will bring first thing into the market and you will improvise it. So you can write it that we are improvising because it is a learning thing. Most of the things are also not known for us. If I'm using the radioisotope, I have to take NOC from BRC because only BRC bark is assigned for isotopic work. Even if I use it for the diagnostic purpose also. So we have to go
Yes,
ahead with all the regulations and the norms.
yes, sir.
okay, sir. There is another request from Ankita Roy. She said during your presentation in one slide, it was written that what all we cannot get a patent for, and discoveries was also there. So can you please shed some light on this?
Discoveries means the discoveries which has already happened. Okay, that's why I'm telling you the invention was already done. Either you create a totally new invention or you can do the innovative form of innovation. I cannot do the discovery of bulb, the sophisticated form of bulb and all this. I can make an the amendment into that. That's what I'm using. Use the innovative product can be patented. And natural laws, the gravitational law, Newton's first law, thermodynamics, you cannot challenge, you cannot modify it. The discoveries which has been assigned to somebody, it will remain with that only.
Okay. So is there anyone have questions? So I think there is
Somebody,
no.
Mafizul Kabir. Yes,
Kapil Chaudhary.
yes, Mafizul.
Mafizul, if you have any question, please unmute yourself and ask. I think there is no more question. If anyone have question, please. I think Dr. Upadhyay sir already give their his email ID. Okay. So please, if you have any queries, I think
I
please give
again
them.
I dropped my all details in my chat box. Okay, you can message me, you can email me. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this wonderful presentation and wonderful answers. So now I would request our librarian and convener of this program, Sudipta Shi, to give the vote of thanks and conclude this program.
Thank you, Ishita. Myself, Sudipta Si, and I am the convener of this webinar and librarian of Vijaygarh Jyotish College. So today we are celebrating World Intellectual Property Day by organizing this national level webinar on intellectual property rights, organized by the Department of Library and Research and Guidance Cell and IQAC of Vijaygarh Jyotish College. First of all, I would like to thank our principal ma'am, Dr. Rajashree Niyogi, for her immense support and cooperation. She motivates us all the time to organize academic activities. My heartfelt thanks to our honorable resource person, Dr. Vijay Jagdish Upadhye, Deputy Director, Center of Research for Development and Associate Professor, Parul Institute of Applied Science, Gujarat. I want to express my gratitude for his wonderful session on IPR. Sir, we really enjoyed a lot as well as learned so many things that are necessary for patent. And the doubt clearing session, he satisfied our queries through very nice and very interesting discussion. Thank you, sir. Then I would like to express my deep gratitude to the team of IQAC, especially the coordinator, Dr. Prashanjit Das, for their constant support and help. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to all our participants without whom it would not have been possible for us to run this program so nicely. I would like to thank Dr. Ishita Mukherjee, member of IQAC and member of the library committee, for conducting such a nice session. Last but not the least, I would like to thank my co-convener Dr. Shilajit Borua and the entire family of Vijaygarh Jyotish Rai College. Thank you all.
One end message I want to tell you that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
See,
please.
we are initiating the journey. The moon will not come to earth one day. I request every university, every institution should start IPR forum, one cell, one place. You can start with a tea club, coffee club. You put a one vendor machine of tea, coffee, and Saturday or once in a week can dedicate for IPR talk. First 2 weeks, first 2 months, they will come and sit and chit chat, but let them put some slogans, put some IPR contribution. You have to create some waves like that to initiate it. But if you have to dominate the market, one IPR cell per organization is must.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir, for
Thank
the suggestion.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Upadhyay, Shilajit here. Thank you for your time.
Shall I conclude now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anything is there, please stay connected with me,
Sure,
and
sir.
please keep
Sure,
me
sure.
involved in your IPR forum or any research panel. We are having publication, uh, patent, proposal writing, many avenues, even in the industrial consultancy also we are working. So you are free.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.